All right, this video is an absolute doozy because this website right here produces $6.5 million a year in sales. And what we're gonna do in today's video is we're gonna really be unpacking what they're doing from a conversion point of view and what sort of ads they're running, what sort of landing pages they're running, what sort of emails they're running to get a whole bunch of attention that actually converts into sales. So I'm gonna be showing you the numbers and we're gonna be really showing you those core conversion principles that they're using so you can use it in your business. Now, this is an e-commerce brand, but if you're in any business, you can actually deploy the strategies that these guys are using to make more sales and get more clients and customers, which is absolutely awesome. So let's unpack it right now and get into it. So I'm mega excited today because we are going through an awesome e-commerce store called happymammoth.com. They're a supplement brand essentially, and their niche is gut health, right? So they're one of the early pioneers of gut health, and they've grown a really large and successful brand. Now I've got the page up on my screen right now. I'm gonna be tearing this down. We're gonna be going over some of the conversion elements, and we're also gonna be going through some of their traffic numbers, their emails, their ads, and everything like that, and all that good stuff. We're gonna be having a look at what they're doing right now to retain and get attention, and also to get that attention and persuade it into becoming a customers, which is what I specialize in at Persuasion Experience. So super excited to be walking you through this today. And if you don't know me or you haven't met me before, my name is Craike and I'm the co-founder and co-CEO of Persuasion Experience. So I've worked with brands like the Oodie, Pup Naps, Calming Blankets doing 9 figures, 8 figures, 7 figures in sales. And you don't need to be one of these massive brands getting all these crazy sales figures and things like that. And what I want to show you today is some of the simple conversion principles that this store is using right now that you can use in your own business. Now, you could be in e-commerce, but you're even going to get a lot of value out of this if you're in B2B or B2C and you're just running simple landing pages, just trying to get leads, because they are doing some very awesome tactical marketing that is producing profit. So super excited to share that with you today, and let's get into it. So this is the store right here. As we can see, it is absolutely beautiful, right? Like, they've got a mix of really nicely branded, like calming colors, but they've also got some really bold claims. And one of the things I love about these guys is just the naming of their products, like the ultra potent deep sleep mode. If you're struggling with falling asleep and then you read this copy and you see the most comprehensive natural formula that gets you sound asleep 36% faster, you're like, wow, this is for me. And what these guys are doing is they're blending direct response with brand. And at Persuasion Experience, we call this brand response copy, which is what we write for our clients and what we map out when we're doing consulting with our current clients, and they just do an excellent job of it. But they've obviously got a beautiful store, but let's have a look at how successful it really is. So this is a tool that I love. It's called SimilarWeb, and we use this for hacking competition and sort of seeing what's working in the market right now. So you can just type in any domain and it starts to feed in some of the typical results that they're getting on a monthly basis. So as we can see, they're building traffic here and the number of hits coming through, which is great. We can see the traffic engagement, but what I'm really interested in is right at the top. How much traffic and how many visits are they getting to their store? As we can see, like they've got the average session duration, the 252,000th best traffic rated store in the world, right? But like that's just a garbage generic stat, right? What we're really interested in is 191,000. So let's reverse engineer some success here and just see how much money they're potentially making. So, right, let's just say 191,000 visits, and let's say that they have a 3% conversion on that, right? So that's 5,730 sales that they're making each and every month coming through. Now, if it's at 6%, right, obviously like that doubles. It could be 10,000 sales a month, and they're doing really well. Now let's have a look at that. 5,730. Let's just times that by an average order value of $95, right? That's what the supplement space is typically at. Could be a little bit higher, could be a little bit lower, but that puts us at about $544,350 a month. So if we just enter in that, now let's have a look at how this calculates as a yearly percentage, right, which will be around about the 6 mil mark. Yeah, $6.5 million. So this is a $6.5 million e-commerce store that we're looking at right now, right? So, they've got some cute little graphics, but this is a mean business machine. And let's start to unpack, why this store is so successful. So the first thing is like when you land on this store, it's, you know, really beautiful, but they've really got some great social proof on the store, right? So, you know, we've got reviews here, and then we've got this really big trust proof stat here, 157,000 customers that they've already generated. And that sort of checks out by the numbers we just ran as well. So that's really well, but that's working really well for them. But what we also want to start to have a look at is, you know, how they even get, like before they even someone lands here, how are they even getting this traffic? So what works really well here is looking and stalking the Facebook ads library. And here we can start to see like their top performing ads and how long they've been running ads. So we can see they've recently launched some in August 2022, which is great. We can start to see some of the graphics, you know, they've got like, shrinks Menno Belly, and yeah, like obviously I'm not the exact target market for here. They're going for older women with their particular brand, helping them with gut health, which is awesome. But as we can see, you know, they've got some UGC ads, and what they've got is a really good touch of, you know, exactly what their markets want. And that's really, really important. So this is sort of how they're getting people coming through. And for this sort of advertising, they're actually running some really, I would say, aggressive ads on Facebook, right? Like we're talking about transformations here, and they're doing an excellent job, especially in the supplement space, showing what their product can do for them in a compliant way with Facebook, because Facebook has really cracked down on this. So these guys are doing an amazing job of getting this copy across that is getting people excited to really find out more about what Happy Mammoth can do for them. If we click on an ad here, obviously we can see what comes through. Okay, we go through to one of their hero products. It's got 3,026 reviews, so that's awesome to see. So let's start to break down this product detail page. So the first thing to note is this is a desktop page. Like 80% of the traffic probably coming through this store right now is mobile. So here we've got like some nice product renders of what the product actually looks like, and also almost like some UGC content. Okay, like this is what it looks like in studio lighting. This is what it looks like in real life. And then what they've started to do, and this is one of like a really good conversion hack for anyone that's running an e-commerce store, is they're making the most of their mobile above the fold real estate, right? They're putting benefit driven copy in this carousel, because the first thing people are going to do is they're going to be starting to play around with this carousel. As we can see, they've got a video testimonial within the carousel itself, and now they're just loading up on proof, right? They're really leveraging their number one asset, which is their customer reviews. Got a big thumbs up with the bottle. That's great to see, and that's everything there. So then we start to scroll down. So what's interesting is, first off, they've got like a subscription offer here as well. So that's obviously super important for e-commerce businesses, and any business really. Like it always sucks when you start the month from zero, and what they've got is they've got a subscription. So, you know, if they have 1,000 subscriptions paying $63 a month, they're already starting the month with $63,000 in the bank as of next month, which is really exciting for them. They've also got some really interesting pricing strategies. So you can buy 1 jar, you can buy 3 jars, you can buy 6 jars. It's interesting that they're not using percentages off or the amount saved on this. It would be really interesting to test from like an A/B perspective to see if that gets higher click-through rate by showing the actual benefit. Like we've got it up here, but it would also be good to put down here as well. They've got a big add to cart button. From what I can see here, I'm like in an emulator, but one thing that they don't have is a sticky add to cart button here that could like anchor them up here. That would be a really big boost for their mobile section. But as we can see, like the copy is super easy to read, and just on the copy, it's amazing just to sort of like see what see them communicate like what it can do for the people that they help. And if we just zoom out a little bit, let's just have a look at this for a page, right? Like we get this all the time from clients, because when we're writing copy for them, we do write long form copy. And the reason why we do this is, you might be asking, who's going to read all this copy? And the simple answer to that question is buyers, right? Buyers are going to read all this copy. They're inquisitive, they've got all these questions, and we need to make sure we answer those questions, because if those questions go unanswered, we're going to lose the sale. The person's going to bounce, they might go to another provider and buy from the competition. So that's something super important to note here. And these pages for like an e-commerce store, even I think they're long, but they are filled with salesmanship. So really interesting to have a look at the structure. We've got to look at the comparison here. That's another great way to increase conversions if you're in the ecom land, and even the service-based land, just adding a simple comparison table in an A/B test. 80% of the time that we run this out, it actually works for pretty much all of our clients, because you're just making the decision for them, right? You're not getting them to like get, you know, third third-party facts to compare the products, you're showing the comparison right in front of them, so they don't need to load up another tab and then start searching. So that's really good to see on this page. And obviously they just hammer the science and the facts behind everything. So this is a really good product detail page to start following. Now, what's really interesting about this brand is, we're starting to talk like $250 for, some supplements, right? Like when most people think about buying supplements, they're thinking maybe $30 or $40, and these guys are pretty much double the price. And in some instances, if people are ordering six jars, it's $250,000 here. Like that is a lot of money. But I've actually found something that these guys are doing where they're asking people to pay essentially $1,000 for supplements, which I'll show you shortly. But it's really interesting to have a look at what they're doing. Now, this is the Facebook perspective. If we just have a look from the Google perspective as well, when you type in Happy Mammoth, like their branded search term comes up 4,289 plus 5-star reviews, right? They are really big on proof collection, and it's one of the biggest assets a brand can build for itself, right? So when you're building a business or you're marketing a business, just proof is just the number one asset, right? Because what it does is it builds a moat around your business. So, when you've got competitors looking at your brand and business and they're like, oh, maybe we can take this, or maybe we can, steal their copy or steal their ad, that's always going to be easy to steal. But the one thing that they can't rip off is your proof and your relationship with your customer. So making sure that you guard that and start collecting as much proof as possible is the ultimate competitive advantage, especially in e-commerce, because when someone comes to a store and it's the exact same price, but this one's got 3,026 reviews and the other store only has 26 reviews, this one is going to just clean up in comparison. So that's really important to note as well. So this is a really good looking website. Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the video today, guys. If you are, make sure you like and subscribe so you never miss a video and update from me. And also head over to mattsfreebook.com. I've just completed my new book called Black Box Persuasion, 7 advanced persuasion triggers to get more marketing response for your business and from your marketing. So check it out at mattsfreebook.com. Enjoy the video. Now, I just want to come back to the homepage as well and just show you something about lead generation and lead collection. We've got some social proof popping up here, just showing that people are actively using the store. I always love that as a strategy and tactic because we know the site converts. We know that these guys are, you don't simply just run 191,000 people to a store every single month and not make money, right? When you get to that scale, you are making money, but people that are coming to this store that are just, say, the target market, let's just say a 60-year-old woman who wants help with her gut health, she's never heard of this brand. Look, she might have some skepticism. Oh, these people have reviews, but I've seen, I've used Amazon, they've got way more reviews, right? So should I trust these guys? But we have these little, pop-ups and, you can have like little verified logos on this. It just puts them at ease and just starts to reduce that friction, because when someone lands on your website for the first time, right, they're skeptical. Like if we just think of a little graph at the top, right, we've got like skepticism, right? It's just at the top. And they're like got their arms folded and they're thinking this: can I trust this store or website or person with my credit card, my personal details, my mobile number? And they're making, like micro decisions that are like a little, tenth of a second, saying, hey, can I trust this store? And they're analyzing it and psychoanalyzing it. If they see one thing that sort of like tips them off, like they're going to bounce. But then what we can do is start to put things like all these reviews and video reviews in front of them and have these little pop-ups, and that just makes them feel safe and it gets them searching. So it's great for reducing skepticism as well as friction and removing roadblocks in that buying process. So it's super important to use that. But just to come back to my point earlier, in terms of this website, I just want to go back to the homepage. We're in a collection page at the moment. At the bottom, they've got something extremely interesting for their lead generation, right? Your menopause explained, sign up to the VIP Health Insiders Club today and get. And what they're doing here is they're using like a simple info product like an ebook, but they're adding tangible value to it. I can't count the number of e-commerce stores that I've consulted, which is in the hundreds now, that have got sign up for my newsletter today. And it's something maybe that comes based with Shopify and everyone's just too lazy to change it. What they've done here is they've added tangible value. So instead of signing up for a newsletter to get, sale and spam in your inbox, what they're saying is, hey, we're going to actually give you this free gift. We usually, we had this priced previously at $90, you're going to get it for free. Just let us know your best email address. We'll send it directly to you. And this is just a great list building strategy to elevate this brand. Now we're talking about list building, and I wanted to bring up something on my screen right now. So we're in the email at the moment, and I've been on these guys' list for a long time. And one thing that's really interesting to note is they're not messaging from Happy Mammoth, right? It's always Matt at Happy Mammoth, and then every now and then they mix it up with different people to make sure it doesn't feel stale and to provide new offers and to get people excited. So we've got Jess, we've got Belinda. These people might not be real, they might be real, but as we can see here, Belinda just comes up as Matthew anyway, so probably a fake person. But what they're doing is they're just putting out offers just pretty much every 2 to 3 days here, and they're doing a lot of email marketing, as we can see here. She's probably closer to 4 to 5 emails. I haven't been engaging with this for a little while, but we can start to see the emails. They're probably doing a lot of segmentation as they have a lot of customers and everything like that. But I did get one email the other day that was super fascinating to me. So let's break that down now. So here's the email right here. So at the moment, as you can see, it's burning with intrigue. And what this is actually designed to do is to build up the perceived value of what they're offering. So as you can see, it's a very long format email, but it's super interesting because what they're doing is they're actually selling a system right now. So what they've done is they've packaged their supplements, and they've actually packaged it into a system and an info product. And what they're doing is now they're selling supplements for $1,000. So let's load up this page right now. And they've just been through this sort of launch promotion here, but it's super fascinating. So the first thing to note about this probably wouldn't be something that they use for first-time customers. What they'd be using is they'd be segmenting their list, and they'd be like, hey, who are our best customers? And how can we extract more value out of them and also provide them a better solution? Because no doubt this is going to be a great product as well. But what they're doing, right, is they may be saying hey, customers that have bought from us 2 times or maybe even 3 times, let's put a new offer in front of them to maximize lifetime value. So if we just have a look at this page, and I'll just scroll through it now, it is massive, right? And one thing that we hear all the time is the copy is too long, there's too much length. And we've already talked about in this video that who reads all this copy? It's buyers, but there's no such thing as short form or long form copy, right? There's only such thing as boring copy. So if you have boring copy and people are bouncing, they're not reading the full thing, then you've got an issue. But if you've got all this long form copy and you've got people spending the 30 to 40 minutes to consume this whole sales message, what do you think the chances of them buying are, right? They're extremely interested when we're providing and writing copy that's actually valuable and helping them to understand once they go through this program, what they're going to achieve from this. So if we just scroll down here, this is everything that's sort of included in the package. So this is what we're talking about in terms of making an offer stack, right? So you'll receive a 3-month supply of the 4 Reclaim Yourself exclusive supplements. So what they've done is they're really selling a transformation, right? Feel 20 years younger or whatever it's going to be, and they're offering 4 different products within here. But what they've also done is the coaching sessions to go with it, right? So it's 12 module masterclass to add that perceived value, right? So you're getting 2 things at once, and we're really just selling the transformations. And as we can see, obviously loaded with proof, because they've done such a great job in collecting all this proof. And then this is what we would call a value stack image. And it's really important, no matter what industry you're in, to build out offers like this. And it's easy to have a look at this brand and be that's for them, right? I could never do that because X, Y, and Z. Just load up these different excuses. But what's really important about this is that you can do this just with one supplement product, right? You can add a tangible little physical or info ebook, right? Like a digital ebook, and just ship it out with every purchase that you make, right? And if it actually helps to get them to where they want to be faster, so we're helping them with their transformation, because that's what people buy a product for, to get support, to get help. If you're in the sleep space or you sell a weighted blanket, maybe they've got trouble with anxiety. Maybe they need a breathing program when they go under the anxiety blanket. But adding that and adding a $27 guide and giving it away for free is a really great way to skyrocket your conversion rates. And that's what these guys are doing, right? They're creating an ultimate bundle, and they're not just creating a solution, they're creating the solution. And that's really, really important to think about when you're looking at your marketing, right? So if you're having a look here, right, they're building the value, they're stacking the value, and now they've anchored you, right? They're saying if you would buy all this stuff normally and get all these individual guided sessions, you'd be paying almost $25,000. Then what we're doing is we're breaking it down ridiculously, right? So we've got it here at $997 today, and then you pay 3 monthly payments for like the regular supplements moving forward of $667. So let's just do the quick maths here. 667 times 4, that's 2668. So let's just grab that. And we just need to plus the 997. So this brand is now asking people to make a yearly commitment of $3,665 for their supplements. And this is really a masterclass in engineering lifetime value out of your list, right? Providing a ultimate offer to your best customers that are pretty much always going to say yes, and that's how they're layering in this value. So that's the breakdown of the Happy Mammoth website. And just a quick breakdown, we obviously go into a lot more detail with our private clients when we're hacking the competition for them, but I did want to leave you on one important concept, and it's the concept of tunnel vision versus funnel vision. And the reason why I came across this brand, he is a personal friend that runs this brand, but the reason why I came across this is I have a private client in the cleaning space, and one important thing to remember is, the tunnel vision versus funnel vision. So when I was working with my consulting client in the cleaning space, like he was like very gung-ho and just like, hey, competitor X is doing this, competitor Y is doing this, and just had the blinders on, right? And what we've done is we've actually opened up those blinders and are looking at similar industries that are way more competitive. And one of those industries was the supplement space, and that's how we came across Happy Mammoth initially. And the thing about this is, like, the cleaning space, it's not as sexy, not as many people want to be selling cleaning goods and things like that, so there's less competition. And now what we've done is we've gone out to this supplement space where competition is rife, right? There's like thousands and thousands of supplement brands, and it's so competitive, right? So they're always deploying the best offers. So what we do is we now capture those offers and we deploy them in our own market to get profit from. So that's just so awesome to see. And you just need to make sure that you don't just have tunnel vision and you have funnel vision. So this is today's video. If you did like it, make sure you give it a like and you leave us a comment if you want more of these types of videos, or you want me to hack a website. Put a comment in this YouTube video or LinkedIn or wherever you're seeing it right now, and leave a comment and let me know, and I'll do a hack of that particular website on our next video. So make sure you like and subscribe. It's been a pleasure talking with you today. And if you do want to get a free book from me on advanced persuasion triggers to make your online marketing more effective, go to this website right now, mattsfreebook.com, and I'll give the book to you for free. It's the 7 most powerful advanced persuasion triggers that you can deploy in your marketing that we use with our private clients that spend $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 with us, and you can get it for free today. So make sure you go check it out and start upskilling in persuasion so you can be more effective with your online advertising. Thanks.